Hello everybody, it's Frankie Dave from Frankie Dave Models. Okay, for this beautiful Monday evening, I have for you video number 3 for my spring fun build of the Tamiya 1/350 scale circa 1991 USS Missouri BB-63, the Iowa class battleship. Okay, a lot's been going on since I posted the last video. So far, I got all the sub-assemblies done on this thing, all finished and painted up. Tomorrow, I got to go ahead and finish up the weathering on the superstructures on the starboard side, look like the port side, and I'll go ahead and finish up the decals on this thing. When the decals are all done, I'm ready to go onward. And the onward is going to be fun. This can be the fitting out stage. Starting up from the bow, I'm going to add the capstans. Then I'm going to add probably some wire wheels. Also some tubs, life jacket lockers. And also life raft lockers too, and life raft lockers got to be installed. And there's a lot of fittings on there, a lot of stuff going on there. So the main thing, the basic part of the ship is virtually all finished. And I got to add the anchor chain on there, and also got to. I got a lot of work doing on the fitting. So basically an overview of the ship is virtually almost done, and right now she's about ready to go to Pearl, pull one of those dry docks of a fitter, and she's ready for a paint job. A lot of the pictures they took of her when she was commissioned, she was kept pretty clean. Because they always had deck ports on it all the time, keeping it clean and everything. And sitting idle for a long time won't take long for us to accumulate. And she's looking really, really naughty and really bad in Pearl Harbor right now. Between the salt air, the high tropical sun out there, and the elements of seawater and erosion and everything goes with it, she's in need of a paint job pronto. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take the camera, swing around over here. I may have to get up for that damn dog. She wants to come in. There she is right there. Where's the pointy stick at? Yeah. All the weathering is about as subtle as you get in this thing. Using oils. Got some of the superstructure to match the hull. What I did on the superstructure, I painted all black, all Negros. Same thing did in the hull. That way you can control your grays by using your grays. And so using base colors really enhances colors. It's something that must be learnt by everybody. Even I'm starting to learn too all over again. And so by most guys that I've seen on the internet, they just take the hull and they just go ahead and start airbrushing it. And there's a couple videos on there. He had primer on there, which is a good plus. But most of them I see on there, they just go ahead and paint it on there and go to town, and it comes out very excellent. But me, I prime my hull first. After the hull's primed, I went ahead and took an aerosol can, took it outside because I don't want to put no aerosols inside this here trailer. The same thing I did in my house out there, well, the house I used to have. I always take it outside because they create a lot of paint dust. So it's best to do that outside. With airbrushing, I use a filter. I got that in my bunk room back there always, so I have enough room back here to maneuver. Just adding your grays. You can control the hues of your grays by the black. Same thing I did in the superstructure. The whole thing has to follow suit out. The deck's about as good as you're going to get in this thing. I've got no upgrade fitting set such as photo etch railings, resin 5-inch 38 gun mounts, and other sundries that's made out there by aftermarketers in that accessory field you get. I'm a dire need. Right now I'm a dire need of 1/350 scale railing sets If anybody's got an extra railing set in 1/350 scale, let me know. I'll buy it off you. I'll pay you some money. And get the railings done on there. And that's about as far as I'm going to go, is put the rails on there. Got my Tomahawk missiles to go up over here and back over here also. So no matter all the modern weaponry they put on this battleship, it still don't take away her beautiful lines as an Iowa class battleship. You can look at her and tell she's a battleship, and she is a battleship. I think Iowa class battleship were very beautiful battleships for their day. They have a very low freeboard, and they can really pack a punch. On the windshields here, on the navigation bridge, I went ahead and painted all black with a toothpick. And with that toothpick in there, I went and added some thinner out that way. Each one of those frames will be painted black. I wonder if I can bring the camera up to you a little close. Maybe you can take a look at it. I don't know how it picks it up though, but I wish I had my webcam, fellas. That thing had so much high fidelity. I blame myself for wrecking that one. Two of them I went through already. It was the same thing. Knocked them over. Once they hit the ground, that's it. It's over. So I'll be getting a webcam pretty soon. Okay, what else I do this thing? Yeah, I masked the stacks off before I painted it. The haze gray on there. I got to paint the turrets out. Decal the same. Jack staff and the Koenig antennae they have up there, caged antenna they use up here. I'm going to put that on last because I'm afraid these big old sausage hands I got, like everybody's hands create harms, so it gets harms away. Snap-o. And I'm always grasping stuff. It's just natural. Put those on last. Same thing with the jack staff aft. You put your ensign and your jack staff there and everything. And I got to paint this turret out. It's got to be painted. So most of the painting's been done on this thing. You just touch up painting here and there. Plus I got to also paint my fittings, like my life jacket and lifeboat lockers and my ammunition lockers, all the Tomahawk missile casings, the missiles themselves, lifeboats, cranes, everything else. The deck was given a coat of deck teak by Tamiya, which is very good, or you can use ivory in the Humboldt range. When it dried 24 hours, I gave it a gloss coat of polyurethane, which I got over there. And that polyurethane takes a long time for it to dry. It was pretty old glossy I got that. Then go ahead and add your wash. Because you don't want to add a wash on there on a water-based paint because you'll take that paint off and all your work will be ruined. So you got to make sure that deck right there, if you're using acrylics, water-based, make sure that it's glossed by using the opposite material such as a polyurethane gloss. Even an aerosol gloss work well. We'll do it outside. When it dries, you go ahead and add your wash. That way that wash ain't going to take off any of your paint. And it did kind of tone it down a little bit to a brown color, to a tan color. And this camera will not pick it up, but believe me, trust me, with your eyeballs, you can see the planks on this thing, how I incorporated it on here. Now with a good high definition webcam, it'll pick those things up like right from here. But this Ready webcam camera I got here right here is all I got for, and plus we got on my computer. So I got to make best what I got, so I guess you guys get the picture. What else I got to do? I got plenty to work on. I went and looked at the decal sheet. I'm sure glad they gave you on the fantail. I'm very happy to give you decals for all that. That'll save a lot of masking. And plus on the turret number 2, they got a borderline which is white. I'm going to do that because the decal is made for that too. So use plenty of water in here because those decals are not one whole decal where you can just lay on there and that's it. These things are all by themselves, so you got to be very, very careful when you're applying those decals. The same thing, they give a white border for turret number 2. Plus the American flag I'm going to put up there also. They got they got an awnings on here. They got, believe it, Pearl Harbor, they got holes through it and everything. My God, this is a disgrace to a beautiful ship. Why they will not paint that thing? They always say money is a problem. They sure waste money and everything else, can't they? When it comes to something that's a natural history, one thing in England, they take care of their stuff, their historicals, like the Victory and the Warrior and all the beautiful ships, the Great Britain, all of them. They make sure that that stuff is spitting in because they're proud of their history, and they're proud of what they have, and I salute them very much. It's too bad we can't be like English can with our historical stuff. Terrible. Okay, that's about as far as I got on this, on the Missouri. I got an anchor chain too, which is sprouted out. I got to put on top of the chain plates there. I see a lot of New Jersey too. You know, they got the different deck laid out over here. But on the Missouri, when I seen it, in 1980s, when they first commissioned it, they well, it was actually before that. It was back during the Vietnam War. They took her out. I seen her in Long Beach, and they're just not putting the heel pack across here. They got rid of the catapults for the SOC-3 Seahawks, the Martin Seahawks split planes they used on here. But there was the sponsons on there, which the catapults travel under, the sponson table. They got rid of that and went ahead and made a heliplat there and put a Black Hawk helicopter on there. Later on, it's nothing but pure. It's all deck. It's all wood. But during the refits, they came along and they more or less went ahead and ferreted it in as a whole. But she truly is a beautiful ship. I love the Iowas. You can buy this kit almost anywhere. I got this for $104 at Hobbyland, Hobbytown. You can probably get it on eBay, probably that much, or probably less. And I'll tell you what I got a deal on is this big behemoth behind me over here. The Enterprise. Damn camera gave again. Man, I almost lost that, boys. Excuse me, that little sabzag right there. Okay, Tyrang, I should say. That bad boy right there, I bought it on eBay for $75. Here's the upshot. The fellow that was selling it, he bought 2 of them. He took one and put it together. He had a lot of. He really went out all the way. He spent a lot of money on this thing. He bought photo etch parts and stuff and everything. Excuse me, I can be up back. I let this dog in, just like I said a while ago. We let that darn dog in. Excuse my back for a couple seconds, fellas. They say good things comes to those that wait, and I believe 100%. I can't wait to get my storage buildings over here. I can set my cameras, I make my videos without interruptions. Because videos should be made only for public in mind without interruptions. And, okay, that's over that. Alright, back to the Enterprise. Yeah, he had it on eBay. He said, buy it now. With no bids. And man, I launched my debit card on that real quick. I said, hey, I want that bad. I've been wanting to get one of those. And this too was probably that second one that came out after Big Mo. That's an early 1980s kit. 83, 84, I think it came out. It was very, very expensive too back then. I think it was about $150. I think it was the kit ran at the time. Now these things are about $200 or $300. I don't know, somewhere around there. They go up like everything else does. But he bought two of them. He had one he all docked out. He had it all ready to go, and he said, "Well, I got this one. I'm going to sell on eBay. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get some of my money back." So I bought it off him. I had this. I had this for about I don't know, about 2-3 years now. And my wife was alive when I got it, and so I purchased it. It was, what even, believe it or not, it came into a sealed box. All the seal, the ceramic seal they use on it was on there. Kit was pressed in. I was probably the first guy that opened it up, and so I got that going. So when I finish up Big Mo, I'm going to be hopping on that Big E right there. There's so much out there for this kit. Alex Modeling, he was very disgruntled. When he got his, he says, "Man, this is a lemon kit." Like I said before, I'll repeat it again for the second time. This is known as a suck you into more money kit. Same thing with Big Mo I'm working on right now. All these trumpeter kits, because I'll tell you why, fellas, for the second time. All these kits caught up with the photo etch scene. Photo etch came in 1983 by Mr. Lauren Perry, gold medal models. He's the godfather and the grandfather and the granddad of all photo etch. He was the only one in the whole world that made that at the time. And somehow, by the time he was releasing his photo etch parts, Tamiya was getting ideas. So why don't we just go ahead and leave the railings off these things? And these guys they're going to go through them anyway and tear it apart and do. See, they figured, they put their minds in the modeler's mind and said, well, they're going to modify this thing anyway. Why don't we just leave give them a whole kit, give them a few airplanes, give them a kit that was 100%, give them something as a bonus. They can do all the painting because they can do it themselves. That flight deck back there, on the markings on the flight deck, that's all got to be painted. No decals at all. So it gives you something to do. So anyway, you can put as much money in this kit as you want to. If you want to really deck it out, you can get forklifts, more fire trucks. You can get more donkeys out there. You can get more aircraft out there. You can get personnel out there. Resin parts that supersede what the kit gives you. It's all out there, loaded up. I mean, loaded. I thought by the time you get done getting all that stuff for this kit, you probably got about $300, probably $300 or $400 worth of extra stuff to get you in this kit. Only time I dare do something like that is if I'm going to enter this thing into a model contest. And I would do this. It would take me a year to build this model. I'd work on it off and on for a year straight and do my Sunday finest on it, trying to get it some kind of a medal off of it. But like I say, when you live in a trailer and I got no model shows to go to out here, so the best model show I go to is right here in YouTube land. And this is my modeling family, and I enjoy showing my wares to you guys and everything, the things I've got. And so I'm going to get hot on that pretty soon. Get back on the Big Mo over here. Well, that camera went down on me almost. So let this thing dry for the night. I'm getting pretty tuckered out. Then it's pretty much all day. Today's my day off. I've been on this thing now for about 9 hours today. And all that painting and stuff, all the sub-assemblies. It took a while to paint that stuff up. Those mission model paints, I highly recommend them. They're very damn good paints. And the best thing about those mission model paints is they got a BB in there. And that right there, which I like about it, it shakes up the paint for you. You can airbrush right out of the bottle. No adding none of this. have to worry about adding this no more. This stuff goes very good. And brush on, you use it as brush too, but it takes a couple coats with a brush. But it's designed for the airbrush. So I use haze gray on here, and I use red oxide for the waterline. I paint the whole hull from the waterline up, all black. I went ahead and put the tape across there as my boot top, and just paint above that, pull the tape off, you got a perfect boot topping. Or, if you want to get really lazy, just take your tape and use it for a bull. You can get black tape like that too. You can also use that as for a boot stripe. A lot of guys do that too. It saves time, it really does. And no one ever knows, except you. And I do know this is painted because I painted it myself. Okay, that's as much as I got on Big Mo right now. I'm going to put her away and turn 2 on her tomorrow. And next video will probably have on her will probably be, let's see. Today's Monday. We're going to shoot for a Wednesday. That'll be video number 4. I should have a lot done by then. And I should have had this thing done by next week, the way it's going. I have not glued this whole center section down because I still got to do some work on it. I could pick up this whole unit up in its entirety and work on it a little bit and put it down and get done. When the time's come, I can snap it in. Different ways of building these things, guys. Everybody's got a plan of attack. When you're building model ships, or even aircraft, you got to plan your build. You got to plan things that go along. You got to figure. Well, last week I built this way, and this time I do it this way. There's all kinds of ways to do it. These things here, you got to be painted sub-assembly. I've seen some guys look on YouTube. They do a very wonderful job too, and they build the whole ship. No fooling. They build a whole ship. I said, man, how am I going to paint that thing? And they paint they start with a hull. They get it all painted, and it looks like this. It looks beautiful. And I just put mask tape there, keep painting going the side. Then they start painting all the wood and everything like that. Then they start masking here, masking there. It just takes too much time. It's a lot better if you treat every sub-assembly as a model itself. When it's all assembled, then you assemble it on here. That's what I did here. I made sure all this is one assembled in its entirety and glued it on top of the O2 level. And the same thing I did aft. Okay, that's about all I'm going to do tonight, guys. This is it for the Missouri. This is it for me. And then we're going to swing the camera back to yours truly here and finish up this video right here. Okay. Yep. So I shall post a video on this next Wednesday. It'll be video number 4. Yeah, number 4. So stay posted for that. And like I said about 2 minutes ago, I'll have this thing should be done next week. I'm trying to take my time on it, I really am. And I got a lot of bills coming your way. A lot more stuff coming. And you working on that little Long Beach cruise. I got my brother's ship, the Peleliu. It's the old Revell 1720 USS Tarawa. The same class as the Peleliu. And so I'm going to go ahead and build that for him. And I'll run it on. I'll make a video of that too. And so I got a lot of stuff going on here. Okay, that's about all I can think of tonight, fellas. Make mama happy. Take care of the little ones. Stay focused when you drive. Spend wisely. And beware of your surroundings when you're out in public. And things are starting to straighten up. This country will be all right. And it's summer. It's got springtime coming in. So it'll be nice and warm. We've got a couple more weeks this April. And after that, it's going to be nice and warm. And summer's going to be on. So that promotes outdoor activities like barbecues and going out. And me, I'm hitting that lake out there where they control ships. They're yelling at me right now. And so I'll probably be out there maybe this weekend. Okay, that's about all I got going on for now. And let's see if I got something else on my mind I can show you guys. I always threaten I got something to show you, and I forget all about it until I see it and say, "Oh man, I gotta get that going." Okay, this is it for the Missouri. This is it for me, and I'd like to thank all my new subscribers out there and all you wonderful people for your wonderful views and comments. I'm very honored each one of you. And you guys take care of yourselves, and we'll see you this Wednesday for video number 4 on Big Mo. This is Frankie Day from Frankie Day Models signing off. You guys take care, and like Stu Avery says, the Stu Models, get crazy.